Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to another Jurassic World Dominion video. After the hype of the brand new Camp Cretaceous Season 5 teaser trailer, we'll be directing today's focus back onto Jurassic World Dominion, as recently we have had a few new scenes and footage that are never before seen. I've actually been meaning to cover them for the past 3 days actually. However, with Easter and Season 5's trailer, it's unfortunately been pushed back. Until today. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel if you enjoy any and all content regarding Jurassic World, and press that bell icon when you do so you don't miss an upload. But, shall we do another breakdown? I think we shall. This new TV spot arrived during an NBA game on live TV in the United States. It aired soon after the NBA spot we also got on the same day, and it revealed a new scene with the Carnotaurus and Allosaurus, a few new pieces of dialogue, and a comedic scene between Owen Grady and Ian Malcolm. But firstly, let's answer the main question I assume a lot of you guys have right now. Is that Carnotaurus Toro the Carnotaurus from Camp Cretaceous? Firstly, let's just hope that the toxicity from Twitter about this doesn't flow over to here regarding this topic. So, when this scene first released, there was numerous amounts of people claiming that this Carnotaurus could actually be Toro, and then sadly, because it's Twitter, loads of disgusting replies from other people who claim that it's not Toro. So let's try and understand why people think this is Toro from Camp Cretaceous firstly. We can compare the skin colour of this creature as one of the main things. You can clearly see that the live action Carnotaurus matches up with the burnt Toro skin colour we see from Camp Cretaceous. Not only that, but you're able to see the scar on the correct side of the face in the live action Carnotaurus. Similarly, in the almost exact place where we see Toro's scar on his face in Camp Cretaceous. Back in Season 1, there was a scene that primarily focused on Toro and the origin of his scar. And then the camera zoomed in as a portrait shot on the Carnotaurus, showing that he actually gained that scar. Personally, I think that was an effect that was made purposefully to show future resemblance to a Carnotaurus that we see later down the line in the storyline, to give fans hype. Now some people are confused as to where or how the Carnotaurus lost its horn, and if it is Toro, how did he lose it? Well, let's think firstly that Season 5 will be the end of Camp Cretaceous, and it still takes place in July of 2016. That's a whole 6 years for anything to happen to Toro, so it could have happened at any time. Now, to play devil's advocate here, what are some reasons that point to this not being Toro? Well, we're actually able to decipher that. Although that the skin matches the burnt Toro skin, this could easily also be the demon Carnotaurus that we saw at the end of Fallen Kingdom. Not only that, genetic power has been unleashed across the globe. Anyone with the capabilities in doing so is able to buy and create the dinosaurs now. So why on earth would there only be 2 Carnotauruses in this world? Just Toro and Demon? Who's to say that there isn't just some random Carno out there that's been bred in the meantime? Not only that, but Toro is supposedly left on Manticore Island after seeing him return in Season 5. As far as we know, no one went to Manticore Island and took the dinosaurs from there. It was only on Isla Nublar. So overall, is this Toro? Well, there's plenty of facts, evidence and reason to believe that this could be Toro. But on the contrary, there's the equal possibility that it could just be some random Carnotaurus or the demon Carnotaurus that we saw from Fallen Kingdom. Ultimately, we do not know, but I'm sure that we'll get the answer regarding it in either the near future or during the movie hopefully. Now that we got that bit out of the way, let's get into the proper breakdown. The TV spot opens up with a new shot of both the Carnotaurus and the Allosaurus within some sort of underground building. This vibe and colour scheme gives off a similar feel to the image we saw of the juvenile Baryonyx versus the juvenile Allosaurus. Now, I think what's happened here is that Owen has released some dinosaurs from these fighting rings, and this scene actually takes place after the image that we saw. I think this because you can see that this building is suddenly abandoned compared to the image that clearly shows a lot of people gathered around. So I can only assume they left because dinosaurs are released and on the loose. We can see the Carnotaurus has a broken horn. This shows that it's been in battle before and has suffered some battle scars with the break of its left horn. What intrigues me the most about this scene is how the Allosaurus and Carnotaurus act. They don't seem hostile to one another at first, but instead rather calm. Similar to how we saw them in the streets of Malta in the official trailer. I don't think they're actually too agitated, to be honest, but instead they're just simply lost. Or if that season 5 mind control plot comes into effect, we could see some sort of mind control going on here, forcing the dinosaurs to be in a calm state, even when breaking out. One thing I wanted to point out here, which I'm not actually too pleased about personally, is the fact that Owen, upon doing his common hand pose, is that he's not really looking up to the Carnotaurus and Allosaurus. It just feels like there's been a kind of mistake with the CGI here. They failed to line up the character's eyes with the dinosaurs. However, this actually gets shadowed by the great detail of what Owen is doing instead. Some don't like it, but Owen holding his hands outwards is something I really like a lot, because it shows that this is his instinctive reaction when coming face to face with dinosaurs, and the fact that this is embedded within him from training the raptors for many years, it's now become second nature. Then we get some scenes we have already seen with brand new dialogue from Ian Malcolm saying the doomsday clock might be out of time, before getting a shot of Malcolm himself. It's hard to tell exactly where he is, but from the background I can only assume he's likely to be in the Dolomites, the same place where we saw that Dreadnoughtus in the recent featurette. Not too much is shown after this besides a side profile shot of the Quetzalcoatlus with its snout, or beak shall I say, inside the aircraft before hearing Ellie Sattler saying, "We're on the verge of extinction." This is implying that humans are in a decline after the rampant exposure of giant beasts across the globe. We see a shot of Owen in the co-pilot seat of the aircraft, looking back to whom I can only assume to be his Claire Deering. Outside the aircraft, it seems like there is a massive lake surrounded by snowy mountains. This is where I presume the Pyroraptor appears later on from the original trailer. As mentioned, Owen looking back to Claire is then matched with Claire in a seat with an orange glow on her face, most likely from the fire that's raging on the engines outside after being absolutely obliterated by that massive Quetzalcoatlus. Next up is a shot of Dr. Ian Malcolm behind the gate saying, "Let's all try to stay positive." Suspiciously, this gate looks to be the same gate we saw Maisie and Grant looking through in an incredible amount of fear from the featurette. With Malcolm saying "let's all try to stay positive" makes me worry that Ian Malcolm could be in greater danger here than we first initially thought. After this, another new dialogue is Ellie Sattler saying, "Nobody said saving the planet is going to be easy," when it then cuts to the comedic shot we all love, discussing the cute baby beta.
Is that a dinosaur on your shoulder? Yeah. Why?
The first scene shows Grant, Grady and Maisie in what I assume to be an elevator, with baby beta strapped to the back of Owen's back. In the featurette, we saw a similar scene where we can see all of them together, behind the scenes with baby beta as well. But very interestingly, in that scene they are actually outside, facing off with what I can only assume to be a big dinosaur from the way that they are posing. So, from my assumptions, this scene takes place before that scene, especially after Ian Malcolm asking if that's a dinosaur on his shoulder. The cheek of him to ask that, having had a baby Rex in his trailer on Isla Sorna that ultimately got destroyed by getting knocked off the cliff edge. When Owen says, "Yeah, why?" looking in the background by the colour scheme, this potentially takes place during the Biosyn Valley fire. The out of focus dots in the background make it seem like they're actually fire blazes happening amongst the trees. Finally, after this, we're greeted with the trailer scene of the Atrociraptors, Allosaurus and Carnotaurus in Malta before hearing this movie is being rated as PG-13 in America. And that's when it ends, ladies and gentlemen. Actually, during the time of recording this, we've been given a HD version of this trailer. Or shall I actually correct myself and say TV spot? Whilst I can't really tell too much about it because for some reason it's been updated or uploaded in a really weird aspect ratio. It's like a box instead of a rectangle. I unfortunately can't really seem to spot any more details, but going back on the Toro discussion, there is definitely a scar there, and suspiciously it's in the same area as to where Toro's is. But again, as I said, genetic power has been unleashed. Anyone can create Carnotauruses now. And that's ultimately everything I discovered. When we do get more TV spots, hopefully I'll be breaking these down, showing the new scenes and new dialogues that we get, and speculating and giving you facts and details about Jurassic World Dominion. But for the time being, make sure you're liking the video and subscribing if you are new. That's where we're going to wrap up today's video, but thank you so much for watching. And most importantly, I just hope that you're all staying safe out there, getting ready for dinosaur action in June, and I can't wait to see you all in the next one. Bye bye. Hello, hi, you. Did you enjoy the video? Just a little reminder to press that like button and also subscribe. I just want to thank my Patreons for this month on screen right here, as giving me that little extra support really does go a long way. But anyways, I hope you guys have an amazing rest of your day.